Good morning and welcome to our Facebook Live this morning. It's the 31st of January 2022 and my name is Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. Thank you for joining me on a Monday morning. We are continuing our use of Tulip Fields stamp set, which I started with last week, mainly because there were a couple of things that I hadn't tried that I wanted to, and that was some white heat embossing. So applying the ink to the stamp, stamping it onto some dark card, applying some white embossing powder and then melting it with a heat gun to get a white on blue effect in this case. Hi Kerry, thanks for joining us. Good evening to you in Australia. So these were the cards that I made at the end of last week, which featured the blue and white. Very much in the style of Delftware from Holland. And I thought it'd be nice to almost reverse this round and have white on blue. So I've got a couple of ideas that I'm going to try out today and we'll see if they work. So what I have ready is I've got a piece of Misty Moonlight card that I'm going to put the windmill on just all the way over and heat emboss it in white. That's going to be one card. And then the other one I thought is to use a Night of Navy circle, stamp the windmill on there and heat emboss it in white, and place this onto a background of balmy blue, which I've stamped with Misty Moonlight or Night of Navy. So basically recreating this. This started off as a white card underneath. So those are my plans for today. Morning Jeanette and morning Lynn. Thanks for joining us live, ladies. So let's give this a go. So we had a great excuse me, a great class last week. I had my online class at the weekend that went really well. Some great ideas from the other ladies there. So let's get cracking. Let's do the heat embossing first. I think that's the best. So let's move those to one side. So the first one I'm going to do is this one where I'm going to put the windmill in the background like so. And I'm going to be using, although I've covered it up, a Versamark watermark ink pad. And so that we don't transfer too much of our white embossing powder, it looks like I need to order some more, then I'm going to use an Embossing Buddy. And this just prevents any static building up on the card, so that any errant pieces of embossing powder don't stick where they shouldn't, she says. Fingers crossed. I'm going to do these two while I'm here. Now, we used to sell the Embossing Buddy. We don't anymore, but you can get that from other craft shops. You could use a tumble dryer sheet that you have for anti-static, or you could use something like in the bottom of a sock or something, some talcum powder or corn flour. I know people use talcum powder, would make it smell nice, that's for sure. Okay, so I've just covered those with the Embossing Buddy, and I'm going to use, I've got two of these just in case one doesn't work. So I'm going to use Versamark ink. Now I don't know how much is on this. This is a very old ink pad. This Jemini Crafts logo was from before I was Stampin' Up demonstrator. So it shows how old it is. I do have some other Versamark ink pads, but hopefully there'll be enough on here. It's a sticky clear ink and used for watermarking as well. So let's see how much is on there. I hope you can see that okay. It's a nice bright morning. It was extremely breezy last night, but seems to be a bit calmer this morning. Okay, so just going to peel that off carefully. Yeah, so that's worked okay. Now I can see the image. I'm hoping you can. So I'm going to do both of these just in case. Good morning, Zana. Thanks for joining us. Hope you've had a nice weekend. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with this one. Like so. With a good amount of pressure. I'm pinning it off. Okay, so these two I'm just going to add the powder to. So I'm just going to scoop this up with a spoon, tip it over the image like that. That's one. And this will stay sticky for quite a while. You don't want to leave it too long because you're more likely to catch it and rub some of it off if you're not careful. But you can put the powder on and you don't have to heat it straight away. So you can see there the white powder. And it's quite dull at the moment until we heat it up. Let's see, I just missed the end of that sail. There we go. Just flicking it from the back to make sure there's not too much excess. So those are my two windmills like that. And then I'm going to stamp all over the back of this. I'm not sure whether to do just windmills. I don't know. Let's try it with just windmills. Let's move this out of the way. Because on my sample here I did the windmills and the leaves, but let's just try it with just windmills. So I'm going to put one here and then work from that. So I hope everybody had a reasonable weekend, whatever you were up to. I hope you stayed safe and warm. Okay. So I'm just working my way around from here. So I don't know how much of that you can see. Hopefully you can see some of it. So I really do need to re-ink this. So our Versamark ink pad can be refilled, as can all of our ink pads. One and I think that will do. Just going to pop the sail in the corner. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same with this, trying to find a piece where I can hold it Recover my spoon out of there. Oops, daisy. And then I'm just going to sprinkle this over and hold it over the pot. And by doing that, I don't need to sort of scoop the powder up afterwards. There we go. I think I've got all of it. Now, I think I left this piece of card slightly larger so I could trim it down. I think. There we go. Got a little bit on there. And I've obviously stamped that windmill there a little bit close to the other one, so that might end up being the bit that gets trimmed off. We'll have a look and see. Okay, so now I'm going to do the heating, and I think many of us paper crafters love the effect of heat embossing, and you can get some mixed embossing powders from us. So you've got the white, you've got silver, you've got clear, you've got gold, bronze. We have a whole selection. They come in packs of 3. Right, just heating my heat gun up. Morning, Sylvia. Sorry, I didn't see you joined us. Yes, very windy Norfolk. And I think, Sally, you're in the same area as Sylvia, if I remember rightly. Okay, so I've heated my heat gun up. I'm going to hold this by one corner and then bring the heat gun over to the card. And then just working systematically from one side to the other. Hopefully you can see the difference between the embossed windmills and the non-embossed. And you do definitely need a heat gun for this. You can't use a hairdryer, it doesn't get hot enough, it will just blow all the powder away. And our heat gun has 2 settings. It has a low setting, just for drying elements on your card. And then it has a high setting, which is what you'd use for heat embossing. That's the low setting, and that's off. Okay, so just have a look at that and make sure I haven't got any dark areas or dull areas where I haven't embossed it or heated it properly. So there's one, and then let's do these 2 individual ones. Now the die set for these does have a windmill, die that matches this windmill stamp. So that would be another option, would be to die cut this. So heating it through, turning it round so I don't burn my fingers. Simple as. There we go. That's better. It's not that noisy, but I know it's quite near the microphone because my microphone is on the right hand side. Morning, Tracy. And have I missed anybody else? No, I think we're good. Okay. And this cute little bicycle, by the way, is also in the die set. So cute. All right, let's see what we've got here. Just going to move that out of the way. So a couple of thoughts. The first one is I'm going to stamp all the way over this in a blue ink and then have this on the top. So I've got Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight. This is Night of Navy card, so I think I'm going to use Night of Navy. And I'm just going to stamp over this and then cut out a layer. Okay. Let's give this a go. And I'm going to do similar to this one, start with a full one and then, so I know where I can put this, although actually for this one it doesn't really matter because this is the centre point, not the windmill. So let's start up here. Like so. So just creating a windmill background. That. I'm hoping you can see that okay. I'm not normally quite as precise as that. Let's just see how that will go. Now I've got to be careful I don't overlap my sails. There we go. And that will work. Such a sweet little stamp. So maybe I should have done this in Misty Moonlight so it wasn't quite as deep. I don't know. Let's put this one in first. I wonder what the collective noun is for multiple windmills. I wonder if there is such a thing. There we go. That will work. That was absolute fluke that worked. There we go. So that's my backing. And I'm thinking that's the effect that I want. Let's have a look. And then this one. Whether I die cut that windmill out and put it on top. It's probably not enough of a contrast, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Okay, let's work with this one. So I've got, let's cut this to size. Now I've got a white base and I've got a Night of Navy base. have a look if I need a layer between. Let's see what Kerry's saying. Oh, bless you, Kerry. You take care. Hi, morning, Joe. Hope you're well. So let's just see. I think that set of layering would be good. So we pull out the Night of Navy and connect it together. So let's do that with those two layers. So this one I'm going to cut down to 9.5 by 13.85, and just seeing if there's any better bits to cut off. I think I might cut that side. Not much in it. Okay, so that's going to be our top layer. This one is going to go behind that, so this will be 14.35. So I've just got 0.5 centimetre difference between the two, so it's about a 2.5 millimetre border around each of the edges. Oops. Okay. So that's going to fit onto there, and that's going to go onto a white card base. So let's do those two layers. Hopefully I picked up the right working glue. So I'm just going to keep these flat. Like so. And we'll be using this stamp set at our coffee and card this afternoon in Toaster, combined with the paper, and the paper from this is stunning. If you like bright tulips of all different colours. There we go, let's fold that over. So this is a basic white thick card. Let's give that a good placement, like so. Now I can't decide whether to have that and with a little sentiment, or whether to die cut that and put it on top. So in the dies, as well as all the other clever little components for making the 3D windmill, which is this one here, but you can have the sails, the sails going round. It has this little die cut, so I'm just wondering whether to die cut that and put it on there. Let me do one, and then because I've got two, we've got the choice. See what we prefer. Just grab my die cutting machine. And we'll try it and see. So I'm just going to pop this on the layer. I'm not going to bring the machine up onto the desk. I don't think there's any need. Right, let's pop that on there. I've got a bit of rather well used tape, but hopefully that will hold. So let me just die cut that, excuse me. have a look. I didn't realise I was actually wearing a matching blue and white shirt today. There we go. Yes, blue and white matching. Okay, so let's decide what we're going to do. Yes, I quite like that. Like so, I'll pop that up on dimensionals, I think. Because that was the alternative. That's what I had in mind, was on the navy base. What do you think? Yes. And I could colour these in as well if I wanted to. Let's just pop this up on dimensionals and see how that looks. I can't believe we're Monday again and the last day in January. Hey ho. So we have our bookings in for our Let's Get Creative event. If anybody wanted to join us but hasn't booked, there are a couple of spaces available, because we realise that some people may not get paid until right at the end of the month. So if you are interested in joining us, just comment and I'll send you the details. That's a full day's crafting. Let's pop that on there. And the last one. So I'm just using the edges here. Like so. That's it. Okay, now which one am I going to do? That one feels right, sort of top left hand side. So let's give this a go. That one. That one. Yes, I like that. Quite effective, isn't it? I'm not quite sure what sentiment I'm going to put on it though. So I might have to leave that and add a sentiment when I'm ready to send. I could add, see, a circular one wouldn't work. A strip would probably work. A thin strip there. Okay, and then let's have a look at this one. It looks a bit bland like that, doesn't it? Now this is Night of Navy, this is Misty Moonlight. But what I could do is stamp some in blue and die cut those. So do almost the opposite to this one, but onto white card. Let me just try that. Grab some scraps. Oh, that's a stitched piece. There we go. Scraps of white, and let's use Misty Moonlight so it's the same. There we go. The other thing that would be nice, heat embossed, would be these clouds here. They would look lovely in there. It's nice when you have an opportunity for lots of different variations that you can use. Plus the clouds have matching die cuts. So you could just have some die cut white clouds or stamp and cut them out. Okay, let's just die cut that and see. There we go. Just going to do my morning exercise. Oh, maybe bob into white circle. That's a good idea. Okay, let's try this and see how we go. Just going to pop that on there. Yes, actually I could do a larger white circle with that as well. Lots of options. Now I cut this with the layering circles, so there is a scallop circle that goes with this. So I could do a white scallop circle. Oh, that's rather nice. I'm quite liking that. We could do 2 of those. 1, 2, and then a sentiment going across the bottom maybe. Let me cut this one out and have a look. So the only thing I had in mind was that to do the heat embossing. I didn't think any further than that. It is Monday morning. Right, let's give it a go. So that's my morning exercises because my embossing machine's on the floor. There we go. Right. So there's only really 3 places that will fit. There's that one, and that one. I might need to trim it off. And then sentiment across there. What do you think? Let me look for some rectangles. Oh, that's just a strip. Okay, I've had an idea. In my many messages box, and this is the one that has one large stamp with lots of sentiments on and a coordinating die, and so not an appropriate sentiment, I don't think. Think of you with sympathy and prayers, but let's see what else we've got. It's this one. Wishing you a year of magical moments and wonderful memories. I've got a thank you. It's a little bit too small. I think it probably needs something fairly large. So happy to hear of your exciting news. Congratulations. Or 3 cut out the small strip middle bottom. Oh, so another one there. You're thinking? So die cut 1, 2, 3. Thank you ever so much. A bit small. What's this one? Your kindness means more than you could ever imagine. I think it needs to be a little bit thicker, doesn't it, than the ones that I've got here. I could layer them up. Hooray, it's your birthday. I got I'm sure I said not that long ago I was going to sort these out, didn't I? And that'll be a no. I haven't. Now, interestingly enough, I know it's black, but it's white heat embossed. Got happy anniversary. Or I could just stamp and cut out a sentiment. I think it needs something, does need something sort of long and thin, I'm thinking. So the sentiment I used on our other Delft card was this one, cherish every moment of this day. So I could do that across there, that would definitely work. And then cut it down. Let's have a look and see. Any other suggestions? Let me find that one. What's that one? So it's Forever Blossoms that I used. Or just a bold thank you, maybe. So this thank you here. Is that too big? Maybe it's a bit too big. I could use thanks. I feel like that's too small. Let's see what else. I've got this thank you. That I could stamp and just cut out that element. That would be a better size, wouldn't it? Should we try that one? Let's give it a go on a piece of white card. Let's grab a block. I'm going to stamp this in Night of Navy just because I want it nice and strong. And I'm going to stamp the whole thing, but just trim off the bottom element. See if that does what it needs to do. Like so. And in fact that would work on that one as well. So let's stamp 2. So this says, thank you for all that you are. Not everybody's cup of tea. But the thank you would definitely work. And in this set, which is called Ornate Thanks, there are lots of other bits that go with it. So thank you for all your help. Thank you from all of us. I wasn't sure how to thank you. Just wanted to say thank you. So you could easily stamp another element and have cut those up. Okay, let's grab a trimmer. Move that thank you out of the way before I squish it. Get my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, just want to get that straight to start with. Go. Like that. Do the same with this one. So I'm just lining it up to the inside of this rule. And then just taking that little edge off. Go. Okay. Right, let's see how this is going to look. So this is the one I want to complete. So I could do another windmill and then pop this thank you across here. Like so. And that could go straight onto a white card, or I could layer it up. Let's have a look and see. Straight onto white. Before I attach anything. Yes, that will work. Okay. So let's lay this down first. So just a scribble of glue all the way over, not too close to the edge. And then just slide it on so that you're moving that ink, the glue around rather. Okay. Can't quite decide. I might do another one. Okay, let's pop. So I should have trimmed that first, but actually I quite like it going over the edge, so I'm going to leave that. Let's pop these up with dimensionals, which I've hidden. And I will probably stamp another one, but I won't keep you waiting while I do that. There we go. Just cut some of these edges for the sails. Go. So I'm going to do that one there. And then just add the sentiment on. There we go. There we are, and then I will add the other one on. Let's actually take the backing off this piece here. That will help it stick down, generally. Okay, and then just going to pop my thank you on there. I'm just going to line that up just underneath that one there, I think. Maybe a little bit further down if I put a die cut on there. And let's pop that up with dimensionals. And we're just about done. Pop a sentiment on the other one. And there we go. So completely different look to the ones we created last week, apart from the ones on Friday. Let's pop that on there. Okay, so that's that one. And I will stamp a blue windmill on the inside. And then this one, like so. Just to work out where to intercept that windmill. That looks good. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me this morning. So tomorrow is 1st of February, so we're back Tuesday evening, 7 PM tomorrow. So do join us if you're available. So at 7 PM UK time. There we go. So 2 thank you cards, similar but different, both with some white heat embossing. This one has been heat embossed white onto Misty Moonlight, and then white die cuts, and then this one Night of Navy onto Balmy Blue, and then white heat embossing on Night of Navy, which is then popped up on top. So there we go, 2 different thank you cards, and thank you to you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and I haven't kept you too long from your day ahead. Let me pop my glasses on so I can see. Okay, Zana's going to be catching us on replay. Lynn says stunning, thank you. And Sylvia, thank you for your comments. Straight in with white. Brilliant. Thank you very much, everybody. I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. I'm going to clear my desk. Just get ready for coffee and card this afternoon. And then I'm busy designing for our next card class, which will be our February card class, both in person and online. So I look forward to doing something completely different for February. So thank you for joining me. Do take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for taking your time out. And I look forward to crafting with you again tomorrow. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for watching. Do take care. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. Bye for now.